Standard deviation, so the formula for standard deviation is equal ST, first two letters of standard and the last two letters of deviation, so ST, and then here this one is the standard deviation. Double click that instead of writing it all. Then highlight the data, press enter, and this will give you the standard deviation for the data. Now we want to calculate coefficient of variation, and I said coefficient of variation is to divide the standard deviation by the mean or the average. So it is equal standard deviation divide mean and enter, then change it to percent. So changing this one to percent, make it one decimal place. Now here this one is the coefficient of variation. The question also include not only calculate the following, also there is another part, and interpret your result. That means explain what is this result. We can take here the average monthly this one is about ATM. The average ATM was withdrawals amount is 128.5 with standard deviation of 1 to 5 money reals and money reals with and how many percent? 97.7% variation. So this one is a variation of this is a comment for the average, standard deviation, and variation. The next one is the comment for quartile 1. So quartile 1 normally we say 25%, which is quarter. 1 over 4 is 25%, 3 quarters 75%. The median is the middle, which is 50%. So when you comment on first quartile, use 25%, median use 50%, third quarter use 75%. So here we say 25% of the withdrawal amounts are less than or equal to 40 Omani reals. This is for the first quarter. So if it is the third quarter, right here 75%. If it is the median, 50%. Next question for ungroup data also here is to group the data. And here we give you the classes starting from 0 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500. The question is construct group frequency. That means make a group frequency for this frequency for the above data table, this table withdrawals, using the class intervals as in the table. These are the class intervals. Class interval 0 to 50, 50 to 100, and calculate the relative frequency around to 2 decimal places. So here we want to calculate the frequency. Calculating the frequency, you need to first write the upper limit. Upper limit for each class. The upper limit for this class is 50. Upper limit for this class 100, then 200, 300, 400, 500. Upper limit we name it bin. So the bin here for the first class is 50, then 100. In order to make it clear, this one I can center it. So this one 150, then 200, upper limit 300, and press enter. 400, 500. Now we want to calculate the frequency. Calculating the frequency, you need to highlight the whole place for the frequency. That means we want to know how many here, how many here, how many here, how many here. And it is very important to highlight the whole area and then write the formula or the function for that. So the Excel function for finding the frequency, it is also frequency. So we write equal FR then you see frequency, double click frequency, double click frequency, then highlight and here explaining the formula here. When you double click, you see frequency, then data. It means that where is your data, then comma bin. Just you follow what is required here and then you will find the answer. So here data, I will highlight the data, and then after that comma, after comma bin, I will highlight the bin and then from the keyboard press or hold down shift and control, shift and CTRL control, hold them down with one hand, the other hand press enter. Then it will calculate for you the whole frequency, all frequency for all with one step. Again highlight the right frequency, highlight the whole area, write the frequency, and then select the data, comma, then highlight the bin, and after that control and shift with one hand and the other hand press enter. The next question is to calculate the relative frequency. Relative frequency, before calculating relative frequency, we need to find the total. So the total here, and then total, you put the cursor here, and then after that there is here sigma up. You see here this one sigma for the total. Press enter. Then I'm sorry for that. Then make it center. Relative frequency, are going to calculate the relative frequency here, Relative frequency is to divide the frequency by the total, frequency by the total, frequency by the total. So in order to do this, I will write equal, then this is frequency, divide by the total. This is the total here. But because these are changing, and here the total is not changing, it will be same, we are repeating it. Either we click it and then press F4, or you write the value as it is, the total 85. So for your understanding or simplicity for answering this question, I will say it is better you write 85. 85 is a constant number, so it is not going to be changing, but these are changing, and press enter. Now it will give you the relative frequency. Drag this one down and then make it. Another way is to make it one by one. Otherwise you have to make it one by one. Make 30 divided by that means you can make it is equal 30 divide by 85 equal, then 24 divided by 85 equal 12, divide by 85 equal 10 divided by 85 equal 5 divided by 85 equal 4 divided by 85. Also here required to make it 2 decimal places, then highlight and make 2 decimal places for this question, 2 decimal place, and we can center it. Now this one is the relative frequency, and this is the answer for this question. Try to save every time, save, and this screen it will show you continue, so please continue. You should not do like this. Always try to save every 2-3 minutes. You have to save in order not to lose your data for any problem happen in the hardware or software of the computer. So here we are going, or any mistake you did something like that, you can also, if you save, then nothing will be happen to your data will be saved there. This is the answer for question